Hari Om. Let us now continue. We are in the topic Jiva Ishvara Aikyam, in which we have looked at how there are six reflecting media, which Swamiji called RC1 to RC6, and there are six reflecting consciousnesses, RCs. So reflecting media are named RM1 to RM6, and the consciousness that reflects through these media are numbered RC1 to RC6. We did see that RC1, 2, and 3 reflecting at the Vyashti level together are called Jiva, and the original consciousness reflecting through the macro media, RM4, 5, and 6. The RC4, 5, and 6 together are called Ishvara. Jiva, on account of the attributes of the reflecting media, we saw is endowed with inferior attributes, inferior qualities. Nikrishta gunaha and Ishvaraha, on account of the superior attributes of the reflecting media, enjoys superior attributes, Utkrishta gunaha. Having said this much, we asked ourselves a question: does OC have any attributes at all? Does the original consciousness have any attributes at all? Was the question. We answered that question by saying OC does not have any attributes at all. We looked at the two sample verses from Nirvana Shatkam, na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham, etc. Then we also looked at name dvesha ragau, name lobha mohau, etc., in which Shankaracharya says very categorically that the Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham statement says that I am the immaculate consciousness, auspicious consciousness without any attributes. He disowns the attributes in the first three lines and owns up his true nature, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham, in the fourth line, which is the refrain in all the verses of Nirvana Shatkam, 6 verses. Then we did see that when the jiva is looked at superficially, the meaning of the word jiva is called vachyartha. The primary meaning of the word jiva. Vachyartha means that which is normally understood by everyone. The distorted consciousness. So, the distorted meaning is the popular meaning. Therefore, it is called Vachyartha. Whereas, when the jiva is understood in his essential nature as the original consciousness, It is called Lakshyartha. Lakshyartha. The secondary meaning. Jiva in his primary meaning is the RC, while Jiva in his secondary meaning is OC, the undistorted version of consciousness. Similarly, Ishvara, in his primary meaning, a distorted version of consciousness with superior attributes, is the Vachyartha. And Ishvara, in his undistorted version, in his original form, is OC, the original consciousness, without any attributes. We asked, is Jiva OC superior or the Ishvara OC superior? There is no Jiva OC and Ishvara OC. Once we are at the level of the OC, the differences between Jiva and Ishvara are resolved. Ekam eva advitiyam Brahma. This recognition of the essential oneness of OC is called Jiva Ishvara Aikya Jnanam. I'm just running through what we had looked at in the earlier capsule to recapitulate. The recognition of the essential oneness in undistorted OC is called Jiva Ishvara Aikya Jnanam. This is where we left off in the following question. If we are asked, are Jiva and Ishvara identical or different? What must we answer? Swamiji says, we must not answer. We must ask a counter question. What is the standpoint or version from which they, Jiva and Ishvara, are looked at? What is the standpoint? Is it from the distorted RC standpoint, reflected consciousness standpoint? Or is it from the standpoint of the OC, the original consciousness? Swamiji says we must ask the questioner, let me know your standpoint first. I will answer your question accordingly. If your standpoint is the distorted RC, I will boldly declare, I am not Ishvara. I will boldly declare. It is a sacrilege to say, I am God. I am different from Ishvara. From the reflected consciousness standpoint, we must keep that in mind. I am Deenaha and Ishvaraha is Deenanatha or Deenabandhu. I am Anatha and Ishvaraha is Anatha Nathaha or Anatha Bandhu. I am small and Ishvara is big. All stotrams of religious literature are from the distorted version of consciousness, the empirical angle, the reflected consciousness standpoint. This difference from this standpoint is true. Is true. It is proper that I prostrate Ishvara. I offer my namaskarams to Ishvara. All my transactions are from the standpoint of the RC. We must keep this in our mind when we answer the question. The OC does not have any transactions. It is free from all transactions. Since all transactions are from the empirical angle, the RC angle, bhavadvaitam sada kuryat, kriyadvaitam na karhichit. Let me repeat that very valuable sentence. Bhavadvaitam sada kuryat, kriyadvaitam na karhichit. Never bring in Advaitam during transactions. It does not mean Advaitam is to be forgotten. It should be kept in the background like the tambura shruti of a musician. Advaitam must bless all our transactions. Bhavadvaitam kuryad is the instruction. When this original identity is taught from the absolute angle, from the OC standpoint, that teaching is called Mahavakya Upadesha. Mahavakya Upadesha. Thus, Vedanta, through Mahavakya Upadesha, reveals the fact that I and God are one from the OC standpoint. This must be kept in mind. From the RC standpoint, there is a huge difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Whereas, from the standpoint of the OC, the original consciousness, Jiva and Ishvara are essentially one. There are no two OCs. There are no two parts in OCs. OC can never be parted. It is one whole, 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 Purnaha, Purnatvam. Thus, Vedanta through Mahavakya Upadesha reveals the fact that I and God are one. I am that I am. A very significant statement in the Bible, a Mahavakya statement. I am that I am. The Mahavakyas occur in all our Vedas. In the Rig Veda, the Mahavakyam occurs in the Aitareya Upanishad in the statement Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam is Jiva OC. Brahma is Ishvara, OC. And thus, Prajnanam Brahma means Jiva and Ishvara are the same from the standpoint of OC, the original consciousness. In the Yajurveda, the Mahavakyam occurs in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In the statement, Aham, the Jiva OC, Brahma, the Ishvara OC, Asmi, Aham Brahmasmi, is the famous Mahavakyam from the Yajurveda Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In the Samaveda, the Mahavakyam occurs in the Chandogya Upanishad, the famous Mahavakyam. In the statement Tat Brahma Tvamasi Jivaha, the Brahma OC and Jiva OC are one and the same. In the Atharvana Veda, the Mahavakyam occurs in the Mandukya Upanishad. In the statement, Ayam Atma OC is equal to Brahma, which is OC. These four Mahavakyams are selected from the four Vedas as a sample. It does not mean there are only four Mahavakyas. They are only four sample Mahavakyas. There are innumerable Mahavakyas in the Vedas. For example, Sayaschayam Purushe Yascha Savaditye Sa Ekaha. This is another Mahavakyam occurring in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Thus, by the Shravanam of Mahavakyams, I have to claim the knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi. If I do not understand the Mahavakyam through Shravanam, I must continue with Mananam. Keep hammering at it. If even after sufficient Mananam, I have not assimilated what has been taught, have not assimilated the meaning of the Mahavakyam, I must practice Vedantic meditation or Nididhyasanam to assimilate the wisdom of Aham Brahmasmi. I am the original consciousness in which micro matter and macro matter arise. When they arise, they reflect the original consciousness and give rise to transactions. When matter resolves, the corresponding reflections also resolve. And transactions end. Swamiji quotes yet another of his favorite mantras from Kaivalya Upanishad. It says, Mayyeva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishthitam, Mayi sarvam layam yati, Tad brahmadvayamasmyaham. The 19th mantra, famous 19th mantra from Kaivalya Upanishad, is Swamiji's favorite mantra. The reflections come and go, transactions come and go. I am the reflection atita. I am the reflection atita, free from transaction atita, free from reflections, free from transactions. I am the transaction atita OC, original consciousness. Aham OC Asmi. When I get this knowledge and assimilate it, it is called Jnana Nishtha. It is called Jnana Nishtha. To help us understand this, our Shastras illustrate it with an example. An example is the waves and the ocean. If I were asked, are the waves and the ocean identical or different? We must ask the question. Never forget to ask this question. From what angle are you asking the question? If they are looked at from the standpoint of the names and forms, nama and rupa drishtya, superficial names and forms, the waves are micro and the ocean is macro. They are diagonally opposite. The waves are jivas, while the ocean is Ishvara. The waves have to offer namaskarams to the ocean because the ocean is the Srishti Sthiti, Layakarta. Let us imagine if the waves get the wisdom. And what is that wisdom? The waves become wise to the fact that they are essentially water. They are essentially water. The ocean is also essentially water. There are no waves or ocean other than water. The wave can say, I am water. The individual names and forms appear. The total name and form appears. When the names and forms appear, the divisions also appear. In me, the original water, there is neither micro nor macro. Micro, macro, atita, water, aham, asmi. Micro, macro, atita, water, aham, asmi. So says the wave. This is called Jiva Ishvara Aikya Jnanam, or Jivatma Paramatma Aikya Jnanam. This is the central theme of Vedanta. All other topics like Shariratrayam, Avasthatrayam, etc. are supporting themes. They are called Avantaravakyani. Avantaravakyani. This does not mean we take away the merit from these Vakyas. We also have a part to play. The central theme, however, is Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. The statement that reveals this oneness is called Mahavakyam. We must first study the Avantara Vakyams. Then we must analyze the Mahavakyams thoroughly and understand Aham Brahmasmi. This is the aim of the entire Vedic teaching, especially the Vedantic teaching. We will pick up more of this topic in the upcoming capsules and take our study forward. Hari Om. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyad Sajjana Shantimapnuyad Shanto Muccheta Bandhebhyah Muktaschanyan Vimochayet Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om